Hey, what's up? Welcome to Degen Ed. That's degenerative education, meaning none of this is financial advice. Just me having fun looking at charts like the chart behind me, which is of Nano Dimension, ticker symbol NNDM. And so I wanted to do a follow-up on the last video, which came out on January 19th. That was a Friday that the price went up more than 6% on the day, closing just below this red line that I have drawn here at $2.23. And since then, it's really just been on a rampage, going up about 20% from the lows here on that same day, January 19th, hitting a low of $2.06, which was actually a double bottom. That was hit at the end of 2022. And so if we look at the chart in the more recent time frame, I think that there are going to be some levels that we want to be paying attention to. Specifically, I do think that $2.50 is going to be a pretty important level, as well as $3, just both of them really being psychological levels. But I will go over some retracements that I do think will offer some guidance on whether or not the price will be breaking up and or how to identify that, or if it will be breaking to the downside and perhaps retesting $2.23. And before I get into the retracements, I do want to note that the RSI is at 58.10, so it is not yet at 70, which does suggest that there is more room for the price to go higher. However, just like over here, when price stalled out there before dropping down, it is quite possible that the price will cool off and return to, like I said, $2.23 before making an attempt at $2.50, as it was rejected from that level just yesterday on January 31st, hitting a high on the day of $2.49, so just below $2.50. And if we do zoom in on that, it does look like there's some nice big wicks coming up there, suggesting that there is, a little bit of selling pressure up at those levels, really above today's close at $2.44, being down just a penny in the after hours. But I do want to note that on January 29th, when we had a close at $2.43, hitting a high on the day of $2.44, that little wick coming up there, we have closed at that level. So I think it would be really good to see a closing the week above $2.44. That could really suggest that there is some upward momentum. However, we really do want to be seeing closes above these big wicks that could be topping tails, just like this one at $2.49. We want to see a close above that to really suggest continuation in strength, getting the RSI to be above 70 and closing above 250, which in the last video I had mentioned was a volume shelf. If we get above 250, we have all of this consolidation over here below that orange line that would serve as support. So if we do get some strong closes above 250, perhaps next week, that could mean that we would have the potential to consolidate there, form a bull flag, and continue up to $3 a share. But before we get ahead of ourselves, I just want to do a couple retracements that I think will offer some guidance. So I'm taking this from the top over here at $3.35, coming down to the low of $2.06. And so from that retracement, we can see that the 236 is at a price of $2.36. So it is quite possible that price will bounce on that or maybe consolidate around that level further before making another attempt at $2.50. If we are able to get above $2.50, the next level, which was previous resistance over here, it looks like, at the end of December 27th, is the 382, which is at a price of $2.55. So really, if we can break above 250 and get some closes and start to consolidate above 255, I think that would be really good for the stock. And then there are these other levels to the upside. But first, we really do have to conquer 250 before we get onto those levels. this retracement is based on the assumption that price is going to be moving higher. And so if I do a retracement, kind of with the assumption that price will be going lower, that would really be based on, a retracement from the low here to the high here. What levels might we see if we do get a pullback? And so going from $2.06 up to the top here at $2.49, we have this nice retracement. And looking at the 618 level, that is at a price of $2.22. So that was the close before going on this, little rampage. And also is that red line that I've marked at $2.23. So if we aren't able to get higher closes, close above the recent high of $2.49. If we aren't able to consolidate above 250, I do think we will start to see a cool off in the price, and I do think it could arrive at any of these levels. And I personally am most compelled by the 618 at $2.22, but other retracements could be the 50% retracement that would be at a price of $2.28, $2.27. Or the level above that, the 382 at $2.33, as we are currently right around just above the 236, which is at a price of $2.39. So, it's quite possible that we close below that, and that could signal that we are going to start making some moves down. So that is a good level to keep an eye on. Hopefully we close the week above that. Hopefully we close the week above 250 and continue up to $3 a share. I think that would be great. But, those are just my thoughts. If you found them helpful, make sure you like the video, share your thoughts in the comments down below, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thanks a lot for watching.